1.
So here's the deal. The United States military has been shooting rockets full of garbage out into deep space. For how long? Who knows? These rockets were programmed to explode above the planet Nerdork. And over the years, they've created a giant ring of trash that surrounds the planet. That's where I come in. My name is Zongo, Captain Zongo of the U.S. Space Force. I was stationed here on Nerdork and lost contact with Earth years ago. Now I spend my time walking around the surface of this planet looking for interesting and unique items that occasionally drop from the ring. Along with my friend, DJ27, we spend our days in isolation, exploring these items, talking to new friends, and kicking out the jams. Welcome to the Far-Out Mindwarp Variety Show.
Captain? What exactly are you doing there?
I am attempting to open my third eye of enlightenment.
Impressive. Most impressive. How are you doing that?
Meditation.
I would like to try this myself. How does this work?
Clear your mind. Let no thoughts distract you. Focus only on your breath. Chanting can help. Om. Oh. Oh, hey, look. My third eye. It's opening.
I'm going to attempt to try this. Stand by. Klaatu barada nikto, Klaatu barada nikto, Klaatu barada nikto, Klaatu barada nikto. Anum shimai, anum shimai, anum shimai.
Hey, 27, look there. You're starting to get some results. Here comes your third eye.
Prepare for my enlightenment.
Oh no, 27. Oh.
Did it work? Am I enlightened?
Did it work? Am I enlightened?
What? What was that?
What was that?
Well, from here, it looks to me like instead of opening a third eye, you opened a second mouth.
That's unexpected.
That's unexpected.
And you thought my voice was annoying?
Hey, zip it, Karen.
Who's Karen?
All right, everybody just settle down. Karen's gonna have to wait. We'll figure this out. But right now we've got guests. And I found something interesting in the junk ring. Check it out. Look at this. Isn't that sweet? Stella, I'll put it on the scanner so you can tell us what it is.
Performing scan.
Vinyl Williams is an American neo-psychedelic band led by Los Angeles-based multimedia artist and musician Lionel Williams. Active since 2007, Vinyl Williams has released 5 studio albums. Williams calls his music celestial pop and has been described as retro-futurist. His music has a penchant for analog noise and sonic transcendentalism.
Huh. You know, he sounds like just the kind of guy that might be able to help us with a situation like this. 27, what do you think about using the frequency of his music to attempt interstellar contact with Lionel Williams?
Captain, you read my mind.
Captain, you read my mind.
I am seriously reconsidering this marriage.
Hey, now, calm everyone, remember, Om, Om.
Ohm. You sound like bad techno. Shut up, will ya?
Hey, you just hold on there a second, smartass.
Captain, we have an incoming message.
I have received your signal. How can I help?
Well, you see, my friend here, DJ 27, was attempting to open his third eye of enlightenment, but accidentally opened a second mouth instead.
Well, let's talk about the universe and see where we end up. There's undeniable evidence that previous human achievements have arrived towards the expression of the dimensions of paradise. One of the best examples of this is the Great Pyramid of Giza that encapsulates these dimensions of paradise. It encodes phi, pi, speed of light, the circumference of the Earth, the proportions between the moon and Earth, the seconds in a day, the seconds in 12 hours, and the diameter of the sun, all within its proportions and measurements. So anytime that human civilization loses track, which we seem to do often, we can go back to the Great Pyramid of Giza and see what we did wrong, or basically we could instate a new renaissance on Earth, which is what we have done continually over and over again to rediscover, science and physics, math, geometry, and the rest of the fields that need to progress human achievement. But what's really, really interesting are the specifics of the Great Pyramid of Giza. One of the most amazing things is that the center of the apex of the Great Pyramid is 1/4 of an inch off from perfect center. And with the 1.5 million stones that make up the pyramid, the level of accuracy that you would need for each stone to be placed is a quantum level of accuracy that we now call microns of length. So it's kind of beyond belief that this was still to this day the most accurate building ever created, even more so than new British observatories built, because the Great Pyramid of Giza is also aligned within 1/15 of a millimeter to true north, which makes it an astronomical apex in a way to measure where true north is on planet Earth. And it still to this day is the most accurate building that we have. And there are so many more things, as in the width of the pyramid being 1/43,200th of the circumference of the Earth, which seems insignificant because it seems like a random number, but that's the amount of seconds in 12 hours. So not only does it encapsulate a proportion of the circumference of the Earth, but it encapsulates the exact seconds in 12 hours and hence in a full 24-hour day. And it's mind-blowing what the proportions actually model, these dimensions of paradise that are actually somewhat real within the structure of space-time and Earth. But all these things relate to what's actually going on in the universe, which it could have been that human beings that created the Great Pyramid of Giza, they might have just been a more direct extension of nature because of how perfect those dimensions are and the proportions are, because we could have just been sort of naturally expressing what flowers, plants, and animals express without the need for self-reflection and analyzation. And that kind of relates to the structure of space-time itself, which is super interesting, where every subatomic particle may contain the entire universe measurably and empirically inside of it, because it was found over 80 years ago that the density of every proton is near infinity. But when we actually normalized it to a theoretical sphere, we found that the density of every point in space, of every proton, is 10 to the 55 grams per cubic centimeter, which is just an enormous number. And it seems arbitrary, but in the last 20 or 30 years, we've been able to see the radius of our entire universe and the background radiation of the whole background of the beginning of the universe. And through the red and blue shift, we can actually add up the density of all the light and mass in the universe. And it happens to be 10 to the 55 grams per cubic centimeter as the mass of the universe, which is the same density in terms of mass inside of every point in space. And what this is that it might not be literally repeating in every point in space. It's just that our perception is inverted and limited. And the spheres that we see that the universe is iterating at every iteration, every division, it might be based on our oculus that is perceiving it that way. When you actually invert a sphere, it goes into itself and pushes into a torus. So when we're actually looking inside of every point in space, every photon, and we see the density of the whole universe in it, that really might be the exterior. When we're looking at every tiny point, that could be the exterior whole universe. And the exterior whole universe we see might just be within, because it's folded hyperbolically in that way without our perception. If you were to take our eyes and our brain out of the equation, we could actually just see this flipped connection between the exterior and the interior. And what we're seeing is really just sort of a mirror effect of a feedback of the universe at the largest, at the smallest. But what's great about all of that is that the empiricism of it all actually gives us hope that the exterior is not exterior. It could actually be closer than air. And once we start to open up the physics of that, we can start to open up Pandora's box of black hole physics and opportunities of traveling through space-time, hopefully safely, if we haven't already. This reverse image I'm talking about is going to start becoming aware in our lifetime. And we're going to start to enter those dimensions of paradise for all of eternity.
Wow. That was incredible. I can feel my third eye of enlightenment opening again. Hey, look, 27. It's working.
Oh, poop.
Ah. The third eye is open. Enlightenment achieved.
Congratulations, honey. I'm sorry I wasn't more supportive.
Aw, isn't that sweet? Well, we're almost done here today. Hey, 27, you got any music to sort of sum up the day? Sort of send us on our way? What do you say?
Yes, Captain. For this special episode, I felt it necessary to compile, of course, a Vinyl Williams mix. Dig.
That's incredible. Nice work, 27. All right, that's it for today. I want to thank our special guest, Vinyl Williams.
Goodbye.
And most of all, I want to thank you. Thanks for showing up. Stay weird.
This episode sponsored by Comic Carnival. Comic Carnival, Indianapolis' longest-running comic book store for over 40 years. With almost 500,000 back issues in one place, they carry a wide variety of statues, board and card games, and toys. Comic Carnival offers a large selection of new comics and trade paperbacks, as well. Visit them online at comiccarnival.com.